I'm Sonia Choquette. Welcome to my channel where we talk about all things related to your intuition, your spirit guides, your soul development, your personal empowerment, and just living the most authentic, empowered life possible. So if you're new to my channel, I really welcome you, and please, no matter what, subscribe right now so you don't miss any of these and future little tutorials on how to live in the best possible, highest vibration that you can imagine. Now today, I want to talk about something that people ask me about a lot and are very confused about, which is twin flames. What is my twin flame? And humans are romantic, and so we imagine that the twin flame is that person who's going to be approaching us out of a crowd with like soft focus and slow motion, dancing in the air, and then you hug and dance and jump and play and live happily ever after. Wouldn't that be nice? You might have a moment of that, but that is not what a twin flame is. A twin flame is a soul who shares a connection with you, and you have an agreement to be each other's clear mirror. You share a soul, I want to say a soul agenda, but it's more like a soul ambition of how you want to grow, the things you want to learn, the things you want to contribute, the purpose you want to involve yourself in, the lessons that you want to incorporate. So this is someone who is intimately part of your divine experience, who comes into your life and really helps mirror you back to you, which is why this relationship feels so good, because I feel so like the real me. Now, there is a kind of a honeymoon period around twin flames, as well as this sense of real deep commitment. We're in it. But here's the kicker and the surprise. These aren't always romantic dynamics. These are not always, they don't always show up in the form of the other or the lover. They often can show up in the best friend, even the child. So our romantic notions and our idealism that someone's going to come complete me is so entrenched in our culture and in our mythology that we really project that potential onto people we meet that really speak to our hearts and spirits. And then we glom on and can super mess it up. So let's just be grounded in the truth that no matter who you meet, twin flame or otherwise, you still have full responsibility for your own growth, for your own soul development, for learning your own lessons, and you cannot be completed by another. You can be mirrored by another. You can be reflected by another very accurately. You can be seen and appreciated deeply by another, which feels like the best form of love. But they are not essential to your wholeness. They are just a contribution and a witness to your wholeness and a helper to you achieving your wholeness. These kinds of relationships have an interesting appeal. There's an attraction that defies logic. And the reason I say that is often our twin flames are not geographically convenient. We meet them and then they live on the other side of the world. It's like, what's that about? Sometimes we meet them and they're in a marriage and you're in a committed relationship. What's that about? But what it's about is we're not necessarily supposed to have a shared human life. We have individual lessons. So you're fulfilling your lessons as part of the twin mirroring. We have the same ambitions spiritually. We have the same goals, the same development ideals in our souls, but we're playing them out in different circumstances. Most of the people that I have talked to over my 40 years of working with people are like, why did I meet my twin flame, and why do they live in a foreign country, and why are they married, and do I have to blow up my life, and if I did, why can't it seem like they want to blow up theirs, and why can't we be together? I know it's my twin flame. Well, it's because we confuse twin flame with life mate. A life mate is a different relationship. A life mate could occasionally be a soulmate or a twin flame. It could. But generally speaking, the odds are probably not. The odds are that this is someone that you live well with, live well enough with, that it's someone that you've had soul agreements with, maybe karmic contracts, maybe past life experiences that you want to carry forward and complete or evolve. Maybe you have a soul agreement that you're going to have these shared experiences, maybe these children, but then we're going to be done. But twin flames and soulmates, which actually is a bit of a different story, really are about growing the soul and witnessing you and reminding you of who you really are. And that is why they're so profound, because you get seen and reminded on the deepest level of your true nature. And often the people we set up our lives with, they don't get that very deeply. They get pieces of us and parts of us, but they don't see the full totality of our souls, where a twin flame does. They get you to the bone marrow of who you are like that. That's why you fall so deeply into a connection, into a loving connection. Where you get into trouble is that you feel like, how can I make this work in my life? And the more unrealistic that is, the more your souls chose these unique separate paths to grow, these individual aspects of your soul. So you have to look at, our circumstances are part of our choices. They're not horrible obstacles to our happiness. Perhaps you meet a twin flame and all of a sudden you have to reconcile that I hate my life. I'm in the wrong relationship, I'm in the wrong job, I'm in the wrong world, I need to change. There's a benefit there. They remind you that the things you're settling for may not at all be what you really want in life, and it's time to change. Doesn't guarantee that the change involves the twin flame. Their service to you is to wake you up to looking at your choices and really evaluating, is this what I really want? Am I settling? Did I go unconscious on myself? Did I abandon myself? Am I giving up on what's important? Because they'll remind you, hey, you had some soul intentions. I'm here to remind you. So this all bodes very, very sadly for the romantic in most of us, because we think, man, what's this all about? Just a reminder that I'm living the wrong life? No, not just, but often it is a reminder that the life you're choosing isn't aligned with the integrity and authenticity and real purpose that you came in with in this lifetime. If you can relax about the romantic setup and just know that person I love and loves me and will be in each other's lives in some meaningful way forever, and we don't have to glom on and force the way, you just relax. These relationships actually fall into these deeply enduring long-term connections. Many of the people that I have worked with who have a twin flame have marriages, respective marriages, and yet they have had these really deep connections. Sometimes they're sexual, sometimes they start off sexual and then they transition into something more, and on a deeper, more profound spiritual level, and the sexuality sort of subsides primarily because they live in different countries and it's just not realistic. But the fusion may start physically but evolve to something more energetic. We can't control these things. We can only trust that our soul finds a twin flame for reasons that we need to remind each other of who we are. You can call in a twin flame, but it's still your spirit and soul that determine this, not your ego. So if you want a twin flame to show up, be prepared that it will be a disruption to your life in a good way in the long run, but not necessarily in a pleasant way initially. And that it's a good thing, because we're not here to have just a physical temporary experience. We're here to grow into who we really are. And if you really want to be witnessed by the twin flame, they'll show up. However, I want to again say, not necessarily as the lover, the ideal, the prince or the princess. They might show up as the best friend, the teacher, the child, the neighbor. So rather than be in your head about who is this, be in your heart and pay attention to the actual experiences you are having with the actual people in your life who bring about genuine, uplifting, profound witnessing and encouragement for you to be who you are. If you do that, then they will show up. These twin flames will show up for sure, because they are here to assist you to live your life to the fullest and vice versa. So I hope this helps. It's a big and complicated thing for the ego to understand, but if you can just accept on a soul level, this is all. There's a plan. It'll all unfold if I just relax. Then you'll begin to really enjoy when a twin flame shows up in your life and really benefit from the gift that can be for you. Okay, I hope this helps. Again, be sure to subscribe before you sign off, and I'll see you again soon on my channel. All my love.